rising up. Yay! That just sounds better, right? I mean, reclaiming was awesome. Rising up. Have you ever wished a miracle could happen in your life? Have you ever wished that you could win the lottery? We all have. Usually when we're asking for those things, it's because we feel helpless. We're asking for help. And that's a beautiful thing. Never stop asking for help. But what if you started asking for help that was possible? Now, I'm not saying quit asking for miracles. But what I am saying is, let's help yourself. Let's help yourself in the everyday step closer to alignment. Now, I told you I would be sharing everything with you that I do in my life, and my mom does in hers. We will be sharing with you everything that we do. Rising up. There's two different meanings to rise up. But they're both in the same phase, so we'll keep them together. There is a rising up in ownership, and there is a rising up in vibration. Which is why we combine these into one. And we call it take ownership for your energy. Rising up means focus. Focus beyond any focus that you've had. Laser focus. Every step you take has intention. You know very clearly who you are. You know very clearly who you shouldn't be around. Rising up means not taking it from anyone else. It means fighting for you. See, we're not fighting our pain anymore. But now, the real work begins. The consistency, the confidence, the action. This is where you start to pick up the pace. You're not dipping your toe in the water anymore. It's time to go all in. Rising up. When you get kicked down, stand back up. When fear knocks you over, you keep going. In your mind, when the doubt creeps in, it doesn't take over. This is where we've already reclaimed you, but this is where you leads. The most confident version of you leads the way. Every opportunity you take, every aligned action you step, every commitment, you're consistent. You are in motion. You're feeling better. Here's how I work rising up in my everyday life. How do I feel? What's the next best feeling available to me in this moment? I want you to think about that. How do you feel right now? Honestly, that's the only way vibration works. Honestly, how do you feel? What emotion are you emoting in the current now? Most people don't know how to feel. Now let me rephrase that. Most people don't know what emotions exist. Most people feel good, bad, happy, sad, afraid, tired, maybe now hopeful or inspired. There are hundreds and hundreds of emotions. Emotions are different than feelings. Emotions don't last, which is why we don't have to be afraid of them. In fact, if you are someone who feels your emotions, you aren't controlled by them. It is the ones who resist emotion that are. Because emotion is like taxes. You don't have to pay them until you do. Heavy consequence with tax evasion. Heavy consequence with emotion evasion. When you have a lot of emotional pain, you evade emotion. You avoid. You hide. You go numb. Some of you don't know how to feel. You don't know how to emote. Now, for someone who doesn't know how to emote, they look to mimic, which means they're looking to someone else and trying to copy. If I'm in your life, you probably see a lot of passion. I am very passionate. I am passion to the core. There's happy passionate. There's protection passionate. Some might call it anger passionate. There's a lot of passion. But if you don't understand passion and you look in and you see my moment of anger, you think that's anger. And anger is bad. So I will not mimic or emote like that. So you don't lose anger, you lose passion. Or maybe you try to copy passion in a happy moment and wonder why people are staring at you. Passion is beautiful for a select audience. I've chosen people in my life that admire my passion, so I don't have to dull it. Our definitions of emotions aren't always accurate. So we're gonna have to start exploring emotion. But this is actually very fun because we're not just exploring the lower scale of emotion. We will, but we're also exploring the higher end, emotional scales. Now, emotions are different than feelings. Feelings involve something that you have meaning to. I feel this way. I'm interpreting this way. It also means, wow, that person felt really good. A feeling is your energy. It's not your emotions, which is why I have such a problem out there with people who teach vibration. Oh, that's a lower vibe thought. Yeah, it is, but I'm not a lower vibe person, so fuck you. Passion. People who are afraid of emotion don't want you to express it. So I think it's hilarious when people try to teach vibration when they're afraid of emotion. I thrive in emotion. People always make fun of me because I always pick the movies that make you cry. I love it. I love it. I'll never forget the first time Nick saw this in me. We were on the airplane coming home from a trip. He looked over, he's like, "What are you watching?" It's so good. It's so good. What are you watching? Something funny, some 90s movie, usually. I am usually crying because I love seeing people feel. It's what connects me. I love vulnerability. And it's probably a good thing because I picked a profession where people need to feel a lot. But emotion doesn't scare me. I myself have felt all the range of emotion, and I've witnessed other people afraid to feel emotion and the relief on their face after it leaves, and the confidence that comes forward when they start to rise up. You see, true courage dwells in those who rise up. So, what emotion are you feeling? Then you ask yourself, what's the next best emotion available to me? If I'm angry, I will not dive into happiness. That's what crazy people do. Or that's what vibration teachers do out there. Not all of them, just the ones I've met. Don't come at me. Maybe you're in the new era of vibration. If you are, I'd love to meet you. Vibration doesn't lie. Which is why most people try to hide their vibration in niceness. Oh, I'm so polite. I'll do anything for you. Oh. Nice people are not my people. Polite people, respectful people, honest people, and trustworthy people. Those are my people. People pleasers are also my people. But I'm here to tell you, you've been taught to be nice because it shuts you up. And it keeps you stuck in your vibration. Nice people don't raise their vibration. Oh, did I just say that? Yep. Haven't even had my coffee yet today. I think it's funny when people try to raise vibration and they don't explore emotion. Oh, I don't eat cheese. That like lowers my vibration. I do, and I feel great. Love cheese. Cheese raises my vibration because it's usually on a charcuterie spread on a delightful date night. Love cheese. Oh, I don't drink coffee because it lowers my vibration. Good for you. Some people do explore what you put into your body or on your body with vibration, and that is beautiful. But you have to work on the emotions. Or it's like putting concealer on shit. We don't want to be a pretty pile of poop. We want to feel good. We want people to feel something when we walk into the room. You see, confident people don't live life worried that one cup of coffee is going to ruin how people perceive them. Confident people know that if coffee is impacting their vibration, they'll stop. And when it's not impacting that much, they'll keep drinking. Confident people aren't afraid of emotion because nothing can keep them down. There's no thought, no fear, no doubt that can keep you down. Back in 2014, 2015, I had an inspirational teacher. She's on her way out. She's not doing very well the same way these days, but her name's pretty big still, so I'm not going to out her. That's not my mission. But what I will say is this teacher is so nice. And has also declared to have healed from judgment, to have healed from perfection. Now she's teaching how to heal because she has healed from trauma. She's healed from everything. Wow. She used to be very inspiring to me. until this one day when I saw her in person. I met her, hugged her. She didn't like me very much. She liked the people that were not rising up the best. But I walked away feeling like the worst. I doubted myself. I saw right through her, but at the time, I thought it was me. I went home and doubted myself. Until about a week when that wore off, and I realized I was impacted by her energy, and it had worn off. And that wasn't me, but I had absorbed part of her, and she felt awful. And I have compassion for her because I can't imagine waking up every day telling everyone that I've healed from everything, and I hate myself. But I was sitting at the Mercedes dealership, not somewhere you'd expect to see a spiritual magazine, waiting to get the car fixed. And I looked down, and there she is. Front cover. I have healed from fear. Laughing. It's a couple years later, flipped through it. Really? And I'm reading this article, and every picture of hers is just confident. But I'm very good at reading energy. And there was no confidence there. There was a lot of forced smiles. And that's really sad. But I thought about how dangerous that message is. I have healed from fear. How dare you tell the world to heal from fear? This is so damaging. We need fear. And only an insecure person would want to remove it. Confident people are okay when fear sits in the room because it doesn't dictate their life. See, when people hug me and leave me, they feel great about themselves. The most confident parts of them are forward. It's not just what I say to them or what I do to them. It's my vibration as well. My feelings, my thoughts. I'm not secretly judging them through a smile. I actually believe in you. To tell a human to live without fear is telling them to avoid all emotion, because that's the only way you'll live without fear. It'll still be there, you just won't feel it. But you won't feel anything else either. The law of contrast, law of opposites, law of duality, whatever you want to call it. Emotions exist and are in you in pairs. So, what's the opposite of fear? Love. So, what I'm reading says, I have healed from fear and love. There is no fear in me. There is no love in me. Why would anyone declare that? That is not very wise. Which is why I say, I have not healed in entirety. Which is why I teach you to not heal in entirety. Because healing in that definition means removing. Let me tell you something. One can't exist without the other. You do not know love if you do not know hate. You do not know joy if you do not know sadness. Because how would you be able to tell the difference? If I have healed from fear, I am going to find myself in god-awful situations where I could be taken advantage of, where I can be hurt physically. If I have no fear, I am delusional at all costs of my being. That isn't a smart person. And that will definitely never be at the core of anything that I am associated with. I will never walk to the Grim Reaper himself, look him in the eye and say, "You're not real. You're a fairy." There are things in life you should fear. There are opportunities you should fear. I told you how I left a modeling contract on the table. Millions of dollars. Fame. The cover of Vogue in Japan. A spread in purple. And my fear was, if I say yes, I am losing my health, my happiness, all in the name of money. You see, to have no fear is to be controlled by darkness. What if fear is in you to help you find the light? Rising up. Rising up means I'm confident in emotion, but I choose my consistent feelings, thoughts that impact my being, vibration, how I feel. The most important thing about vibration is how you personally feel in you. We need to take care of ourselves before we start healing the world. Who cares how other people feel in your presence if you feel like shit? You gotta feel good for you. You got to wake up with passion because you want passion. You got to find hope because hope feels so damn good. You got to rise up because rising up feels better than sinking down. You got to take ownership over your energy for you, not so that you can find love. Because guess what? When love gets really hard at 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning with a newborn, fake love ain't gonna cut it. Fake vibration won't either. And if you're dependent on other people's reaction and their vibration, you will go right back to the beginning. You will start to sleepwalk. And it'll be harder to wake up each time you fall asleep. Do not be afraid to feel. Do not be afraid of emotion. Do not be afraid of you. I'll tell you what, some of the moments where I have connected the deepest in the relationships in my life are when I have been crying, feeling low, and people in my life lovingly listen and then remind me who I am. It's okay to feel. I'll tell you what, I know vibration, energy management, emotion. I know the way I teach this works because it's the same way I teach my toddler. God, if the law of contrast teacher didn't get the law of contrast kid, holy F. I got 2 of them, but one right now is almost 3, and whew, he's gonna rule the world. I just know it. So is my other one. We're gonna rule together. But my firstborn, damn, he's a tough cookie. He is so passionate. Go figure. So as angry as I get, I see myself in him. There are parts of him I don't see of me. There are parts of him like, that's all you. And that's really cool. There's a lot of my husband that I see in him too. But you just know he's gonna do something great. He came to one of our retreats that we had last fall. We had clients fly in. And after the retreat was over, Nick came by with the boys. And Nathaniel came over and told everybody where to stand and put us all in a circle facing each other. And I would try to move. No. Put us over there. So cute. He likes to tell everyone what to do, which means he likes to tell me what to do, which means we butt heads. But I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of his emotion. There are times when he is so distraught and so upset, and I just go quiet. Potty training has been intense. Can I get a little love from any of the moms out there who have endured this time? We were having such a hard moment. And I went in to check on him during the night, and I kept the lights off this time because I was trying to have him go back to sleep. This wasn't intentional. But the lights were off. And he'd been yelling, and I'd been yelling. We're upset, so I leave the room, set a couple minutes, go back in, right? So that's where the emotion was. Anger, frustration, He sits on his little toilet. I sit down next to his little toilet. I'm quiet. He's quiet. All of a sudden, something in me softens. Because without all of my senses, it's a lot easier to feel energy. Which is probably why people are afraid of the dark. And I sat down next to him, leaned in a little closer, and I put my hand on his back. And I just rubbed him, pushed back his hair. And I felt and heard him go. And we had this moment. I gave him my hand. He was just holding my hand. I'm holding his hand. And we're speaking to each other without words. We got this. We got this. And after a long moment of silence and softening in us both, I hear, Mama, thank you. Night-night. And he went to bed. When we don't want the emotion, we yell. We fight. We ask it to stop. I've had many a moment where I have wanted to speak my mind. And I sit down with him screaming into the abyss of the world. And I ask him if he wants a hug. I'm quiet. Sometimes he says yes, sometimes he says no. I let him feel the emotion. Sometimes I tell him I love him. Sometimes I tell him absolutely not. Take a deep breath. Yesterday, he was having a moment where he was starting to get worked up. And I saw him close his eyes on his own. Open his eyes and keep moving. Damn. A screaming toddler is the best testimonial I'll ever get. It works. Energy can be felt. You don't have to be a psychic like me or my mom to be able to feel energy. You have to be a human. When you take ownership of your energy, you take ownership of your reaction. So we can't control people and we can't control ourselves. But we take ownership of our reaction, which in turn receives a different reaction. If you want life to go your way, start owning how you show up, how you feel, and how you sense the world around you. Now, there are two sides to this: emotional intelligence and magic, energy, what we can't see but we can feel. And let me tell you something. If you heal from fear, you cannot feel energy. Because energy is a feeling. It's an emotion. So in this phase, rise the fuck up. For you. because it's the best shot you have at true fulfillment and alignment. I had this client reach alignment. She got there in her mind. And she said, I thought I was going to feel something. I thought I was going to feel, I don't know, a rainbow. I thought I was going to feel excited. I thought I was going to feel complete. I thought I was going to feel whole. She didn't like me very much that day when I told her she's still in breakdown. Oh, but I've been doing all the work. I've been doing all the steps. I am in alignment. First of all, someone screaming that they are happy or in alignment usually aren't. There's a lot of compassion because I get it. I get thinking you're farther than you think you are. I get it because we all want to be farther than we are. But this is why honesty and clarity are such a huge part of what we teach, because it doesn't matter how far you get in the journey on paper if you don't get there emotionally. Which is why this journey doesn't have a set time frame. It's different for each of us. Some of us will continue to go on the journey for years and years. If you go at the pace of trying to be perfect, you'll never reach it. If you go at the pace looking for approval, it'll take 10 years. If you go at the pace for you and you trust, I've seen moving through journey of the soul and self as fast as a day. A very exhausting day. Someone who's been doing the work for a long ass time day. But it's the acceptance part that people can understand. So how do you accept? You allow. Which sets the stage for our next phase, softening, which is probably the most important stage before alignment. But to allow is to feel. To feel it all. Which is why feeling truly is the most important thing. Feeling good is the most important thing. I'm not saying pretend positivity is the most important thing. I'm saying feeling good is the most important thing. When you feel good in you, you are unstoppable. My mom and I have these moments together where we sit before anything we're about to launch, create, and we sit there and think, oh man, I wonder who's going to watch this. I wonder what they're going to do. We've always said we want to be this catalyst for people to go do great things. And to us, that is great. We love that. We're here. But we stay here. We stay in the trenches with anyone who needs us. And we help you grow your wings so that one day you fly. One day you fly away. Because you should. Take over the world. Don't forget us. Say hi, send a card. We love that. But truly, the greatest thing is the you watching this video. Can you imagine what your life would look like if you were not only the most confident version of you, but if you woke up feeling alive, feeling good in who you are, looking at your reflection in the mirror and saying, me. Yes. I love me. I love where I'm going. I love what I'm doing. And I'm not afraid of fear. I feel hopeful. I feel inspired. I feel aligned. I feel emotion. My vibration feels good. That's a lot better than saying, I healed myself last year. I already did that. Did you? Did you? Then why are you here? Sometimes when we ask for more, we need to feel more. So maybe the wording should be, I'm back on the feeling journey, not the healing journey. Because people feel like a failure on the healing journey. All you have to do to succeed, feel. And when you ask for more, you feel more. And when you ask for more, you feel more. So you're not doing anything wrong. It's time to rise up, time to level up, time to feel more. Almost said feel up. Maybe some of that too. Feeling good is the most important thing. This is the phase where magic can truly happen, where unexplainable things can start to take place. My mom and I teach a practical approach to magic with a little mystery still there. In rising up, when you take ownership for you, that's the greatest protection in energy that you need. You want to protect yourself? Take ownership for yourself. It's time to go all in. Are you ready? This is the phase where it clicks. Rising up. We have all of our support options listed down below. So excited to see those of you that want to dive in a little deeper with us. You might be feeling a little more connected now that we're in phase 8 of our journey. Rising up means you're ready. And we're here. I cannot wait to see you. Good job. I'm so excited to hear from you. Connection is key. You're loved.